the projects, the benefits. How do you lead the world without having the best infrastructure? How do you lead the world without having the best healthcare in the world? How do you lead the world without having the best education system in the world? How do you lead the world when you don't have that done?
That's right, folks. What you just saw was Joe Biden has climbed out and he's making his tour. And guess what? Democrats are cringing as this man is out. As a matter of fact, there have been some Democrat representatives that have said, why doesn't Joe Biden just go away somewhere and stay gone? They want him out of the way because they feel like every time he makes an appearance, it's a reminder of just how messed up things got, just how much we were lied to and gaslit. And every time we see that decline, it helps us remember that the mainstream media and the Democrats lied to us. This is the man that they tried to tell the American people was fit enough to be president for another 4 years. He wasn't even fit enough to be president in the first 4 years. So what I'm going to show you are clips from Joe Biden going on The View. And boy, was the gaslight. I'm talking about they had all of the gasoline with it to get that fire ablaze where you could see it from space, because Joe Biden and Jill Biden gaslit us again, and they lied blankly, taking credit for things President Trump did. And wait till you hear what Joe Biden says is the reason why Kamala Harris lost. It'll blow your mind. So we're going to get off into this first clip where Alyssa Fair Griffith, the fake Republican, who's really just an actress who plays a Republican on the show, The View, just like Anna Navarro. I don't even know why these women say they're Republican. They don't support anything conservative. They don't say anything conservative. Everything they've been about has been Hillary Clinton, Joe Biden, Barack Obama, Democrats. I've never even heard them speak favorably about a Republican until it was Nikki Haley, who the Democrats were hoping won, because I believe that she was a rhino at the highest levels, and her winning was no different than the Democrat winning, except for Nikki Haley is an extreme war hawk. So let's get into these clips of good old sleepy, creepy, piss pants Joe. And I put out a video recently because people thought it was fake. There's a clip where Joe Biden runs out on the White House lawn and he literally yells out, "My butt's been wiped." And I don't know if he was having like a dementia moment, but he says it to the press. It'll blow your mind. If I find it, I will put the clip in right here if I find it. But let's check out this first question from Alyssa Fair Griffith on The View about Joe Biden's mental decline. Check this out.
Mr. President, since you left office, there have been a number of books that have come out, deeply sourced from Democratic sources, that claim in your final year there was a dramatic decline in your cognitive abilities. In the final year of your presidency, what is your response to these allegations, or are these sources wrong?
And I gotta say something. When Joe Biden makes that face, the smush mouth face, that means he's pissed off. I've noticed that over years. He always makes that face when he's uncomfortable or pissed off. So he's pissed that this woman asked that question on the national TV.
They are wrong. There's nothing to sustain that. Number one. Number two,
to sustain it.
Think of what we're left with. We're left with a circumstance where we had an insurrection. I started. Not since the Civil War. We had a circumstance where we were in a position that
look at Jill's face. I'm not going to pause anymore, but look at Jill's face. She is dreading this.
Pandemic, because of the incompetence of the last outfit, end up over 1 million people dying.
More people died under you, Joe.
We're also in a situation where we found ourselves unable to deal with a lot of just basic issues, and which I won't go into in the interest of time. And so we went to work, and we got it done. And one of the things and Alyssa,
one of the things I think is that
he said I talked too long. Did you hear that?
Books were not in the White House with us, and they didn't see how hard Joe worked every single day. I mean, he'd get up, he'd put in a full day, and then at night I'd be in bed, reading my book, and he was still on the phone reading his briefings, working with staff. I mean, it was nonstop. It's the White House. Being president is not like a job. It's a lifestyle. It's a life that you live. You live it 24 hours a day. That phone can ring at 11 o'clock at night or 2 in the morning. It's constant. You never leave it. And Joe worked really hard. I think he was a great president. And if you look at things today,
Jill Biden, why does she always act like she's like his handler more like his caregiver. And his arms are folded, so you know that's a closed-off defensive position. And remember that face I said when he's uncomfortable, upset? When they're clapping for him, he knows that that's BS what she just said when people are clapping for him out of pity. One thing about Joe Biden, he's been a politician for 50 years. He's not an intelligent guy, but he's not a straight-up dumb guy. So he knows right now he's getting pity claps from the crowd, and his wife had to step in because he's incapable of completing a sentence, but expects us to believe that he'd be handling diplomatic conversations with Kim Jong-un or with Putin or somebody, or even with friendly people like Starmer or Macron from France, as if he'd be handling that with some bravado. BS. He can't even handle The View.
If you look at things today, give
His
me
face.
Joe Biden anytime.
If you enjoyed this video, do me a solid. Would you hit that like button? Because I'll never ask you for a cash app or a super chat, but you hitting that like button, it helps. It helps push the video out to help other people get a chance to see it. And if you aren't subscribed to the channel, subscribe. And once you do, hit the notification bell and select all. That way, you'll be notified when I upload new videos. I told you that's his uncomfortable face. When he sits there and he goes, that's his uncomfortable face. Now, in this one, this is where he's going to tell us why Kamala Harris lost. Wait till you hear this BS. Straight gaslight.
Then election night came, and it was like 2016 all over again.
Yeah.
So why do you think the vice president lost, and were you surprised?
I wasn't surprised, not because I didn't think the vice president was the most qualified person to be president. She is. She's qualified to be president of the United States of America. But I was surprised. I wasn't surprised because they went the route of the sexist route, the whole route. I mean, this is a woman. She's this. She's that. I mean, it really. I've never seen quite as successful and a consistent campaign undercutting the notion that a woman couldn't lead the country and a woman of mixed race.
Yeah.
And they played that to a fairly well.
Then election night.
This man is evil because President Trump or no one ever played on her being a woman or her race. It was her incompetence. And the fact that Joe Biden, he knows that. And as you see, he's not as dumb as everybody thinks he is. He's still stoking that divisive fire, that race. He's still doing it. Still doing it. Misogyny and race had nothing to do with her losing. It was her incompetence. Now, let's check this out because his delusion has him believing that he would have beat Trump.
Well, Mr. President, you had previously said that you thought that you would have won. Since then, Donald Trump won all the battleground states and made inroads with almost every major demographic, from working class voters to Hispanic men to Black men. Knowing what you know now, do you think you would have beat him?
Yeah, he still got 7 million fewer votes.
Yes.
There you go. Okay. A lot of people didn't show up. Number one. Number two.
Yeah, they call fake votes. A lot of people didn't show up that rigged the election last time. That's who didn't show up. All those ballot flooders, those people that was coming in the middle of the night to flood those voting baskets. That's who didn't show up. Them people that was pulling suitcases from under the tables in 2020. That's who didn't show up because they didn't believe in you. They don't believe in the Democrat Party, and they don't believe in Kamala Harris. That's who didn't show up. So this whole people didn't show up crap. If everybody's so anti-Trump like they say they are, people would have been, and he was Hitler and a dictator, people would have been even more motivated to get out because they smeared his name worse in 2020 than they did in 2016. So you mean to tell me that more, and Trump got more votes this time. So you mean to tell me that with the stakes being higher, the negative media being worse, more people decided to stay at home? That's two things. Either one, that's a bold-faced lie, or two, that's just how terrible the Democrats are, that people would rather deal with a dictator or who they perceive as Hitler than deal with the Democrat leadership. Either which way is terrible, and it's a negative on them.
They're very close in those toss-up states. It was it wasn't a slam dunk, and so look. Every time I've been on the show, which I've been fortunate to be on more than once. Thanks for having me. Is that we talk? You guys don't focus on as much, and I think it's good on polling numbers. But let me put it this way: he's had the worst 100 days any president's ever had.
Yeah, that's a fact. Yeah.
The audience can't even clap for that. Did you hear that weak clap from the audience? Look at the ladies of the View faces. This man has closed the border, just secured a trade deal with the UK. deported illegal immigrants, got gas prices down, energy prices down, egg prices down, which everybody loves to talk about. Rates are down, but the worst 100 days of any president in history. This is proof, and I hope that the younger generation and just regular people are watching this to see the lies that he spews. What do you think? He's just an old gentleman. No, this man's a bold-faced liar.
And I would not say honesty's been a strong point.
Wow. Now, here's another one. We're talking about the toss-up states. Oh, no, I don't know. I think that might have been, is that it? That might have been all the clips. All right, y'all. That was it. I just wanted to jump in and really just share that laugh with you. It was hilarious for me to actually watch this stuff and look at the gaslighting that was going on between Joe Biden and the hens on The View, the cackling hens on The View, who, as always, just spew more propaganda and BS out there. And they got people. I have a sister who watches these ladies, and I mean, I love my sister and she loves me, but when it comes to politics, you know, she thinks that blue way and the way that everything the media says is the truth, and that Trump is the devil, and that, you know, she believes that. And it's because these ladies are The View who she trusts. My sister's one of these people that says Whoopi and Joy Behar wouldn't just lie. They're professional women. No, they're actresses who get paid to push Disney's agenda. Let's not forget, at the end of the day, they're Disney employees, and we see and know what Disney is all about. And they like that paycheck. See, them entertainers don't make as much money as we like to believe they do. We see the headlines, oh, $2 million a year, $3 million, but they live in California, one of the heaviest tax states in the union. So if they're making $2 million, boom, that's only $1 million after taxes right there. Then the cost of living in California is sky high. So where we might pay $150,000 for a nice condo, they're paying $450,000 for it. Gas prices are higher. Everything is higher. So they're not making that money. And so when they take these jobs, literally, to be a Democrat, it almost seems like you have to sell your soul. I heard Greg Foreman, Black Conservative Perspective, say that, and it's the truth. They do the most demonic stuff. And in order for you to be willing to do those things and to get in front of a camera and bold-faced lie every time you open your mouth, and to switch up on the dime, to one day be defund the police, and literally the next day be able to get in front of a camera and say, we got to protect our officers because they're trying to defund them, when it was really you. And to do that with a straight face, you have to be psychotic. You have to be a psychopath to be able to do that and not just be tore up on the inside because you're lying. All that negative energy flowing through you. That's why these Democrats are keeling over in Congress. They've sold their soul. So there's nothing else they want to do. They didn't cast themselves to hell. Damn it, they're going to ride that train all the way into it. But I'm going to digress. If you stayed in and watched this video with me to this point, thank you so much. I appreciate you. And if you haven't already, hit that like button. It really helps the channel. Subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think about old sleepy, creepy, piss pants Joe on The View. And most importantly, I want you to be safe, be great. I'm Brian Maxwell. So I look forward to seeing you at the top. Over and out, y'all.